Hey y'all, welcome to In the Kitchen with Mommy. You ever been in the shower, get your clothes on, jammies, you're all ready for bed, and you're thinking, crap, I forgot to put the beans on for tomorrow's dinner? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So I want to show you how I prep the beans the night before. So you're going to open up your beans, and you're kind of going to go through them just to make sure there's no hard pebbles, because sometimes there are rocks in here. So after you've went through all of your beans and you didn't find any hard pebbles, I rinse off my beans. You can just use cold water. You just kind of get the grit off of them. Now that you've got your beans all rinsed off, you need a big bowl. You're going to put those puppies right in that bowl. Cover them with water. They will double in size. If you do not soak your beans before you cook them, sometimes they tend to be a little bit hard. You fill that bowl up. They're ready to go for in the morning. That's all you have to do to them. Good morning, y'all. So our beans have been soaking all night, and you can see how they doubled in size, and we don't have that much water left. So now we're going to rinse them off and get them started. Okay, so now we're just going to dump all that dirty water where they've been soaking, even though we rinsed them out. I'm going to give them one more rinse through. Now we're going to put them in the pot and season them up. Okay, so in my big Dutch oven, you can use whatever kind of pot that you like, but I do love these heavy things. I'm going to put in my beans, but first I've got a little bit of salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic. I'm going to put my beans in. Try not to make a mess like I do. Woo, we filled this baby up. I'm going to use chicken broth, and I use chicken broth because I don't eat beef or pork. You can certainly put a turkey leg in with some water or chicken broth or beef broth or ham hock, however you want to do it. But I am going to use some chicken broth. Pour that right in there. And I'm going to add a little bit more water. A little bit more water here, and I'm just going to fill it up. I'm going to go ahead and add my onion powder, maybe if I can get it open. And you can season it with whatever you want. You don't want no bland food. Some garlic, some pepper. And you want to be generous with the salt. And you can always add more salt, pepper, or whatever seasonings that you want. I'm going to mix that up real well. And I like to cook mine low and slow, so I'm going to put it starting on 3, which is a medium low. Cover, but I'm going to leave a crack right here, that way the steam can't escape. You want your liquid to cook down because we are going to put more liquid on it continuously. So our water has boiled down. Still got some water in there, but we want to cover them again. So we're just going to fill our pot right back up with water. Give them a good stir. Alright, and you can see where the broth is getting a little bit darker. It will continue to get darker as they cook. Put the lid back on and let them do its thing. Turn the lid on because it is getting hot. Our gravy's getting thicker and the beans will turn a little bit darker. This is a good time to taste and see if you need any seasonings, maybe more salt. just a pinch more salt. Depends on how salty you like yours. I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic, more onion powder. Season your food how you like it. And I'm gonna add a full stick of butter. You heard me right, full stick of butter, just like your potato soup. I'm gonna put that full stick of butter right in there. Now, it's gonna keep cooking. Ow, burn yourself. Just let it hang out. I'm gonna leave the peeling on to fry them up. And I'm gonna scrub the dickens out of them. You don't have to leave your peeling on. It's got extra vitamins and stuff. And the peeling to me is the best part. Some ramps that Doug and his friend Ron cooked. Lord, my house gonna stink. I doubt between the beans and the ranch, anybody gets any loving tonight. Woo! Hey y'all, so we're gonna get our skillet ready to make our cornbread. You can certainly do Jiffy cornbread or whatever, but we're gonna make homemade cornbread today. So I've got some oil and butter. I've got my oven preheating to 425, but I'm gonna get this screaming hot. That way when I put my cornbread in it, it'll start cooking immediately. So let me show you. I take a little bit of oil and I just go a little bit around the pan, and I take a little bit of butter as well. Some people do all oil, some people do all butter. I'm gonna take this right now and I'm gonna stick it right in the oven and let that get screaming hot. We also have some greens on, cooking them in some chicken broth and different seasonings. So I'm waiting for my skillet to get hot. I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping my taters and my ramps. I'm just gonna kind of cut them up. We're gonna cube them up. We're gonna get these suckers ready to fry. You don't like raw potatoes. Cuisinart, these are the best. No, you don't like raw potatoes. Potatoes only. If you don't know what ramps are, they're kind of like an onion. Sometimes they've got like a little garlic background to them, but it's like a hybrid of a leek and an onion, and you eat all of it if you want to, or just this part, or just this part. And cut the roots off right here, and you don't want these. So now, we're just gonna finely chop the ramps. Whew. Whew. It's already smelling. That is some fresh flavor. That's the smell of spring right there. Get ready to make some cornbread. So I do use Hudson Cream self-rising cornmeal and full-fat buttermilk, but I don't let it tell me what to do. So I don't really measure anything, like I said. I just kind of put my cornmeal in there. Some people put eggs, some people don't. I'm not a big egg person in my cornmeal or my cornbread. Shake up that buttermilk. I remember when we were little, Grandma would make that buttermilk and cornbread, or sweet milk and cornbread. I'm gonna pour that right on top. Already. Man, you can already smell it. It smells so good. That's about the consistency that you want right there. Sometimes I go a little runnier. And then let me show you the next trick. Now this part's got to be fast. You're going to take your skillet out and you're going to pour that grease mixture right in that cornbread mix. You want to keep your skillet hot. Your butter's all browned up. Ooh, it's already sizzling. Stir it fast. And pour it right in that skillet. And you can hear that sizzle. And stick it right back in that oven just as fast as you can get. It's already cooking on the sides. Now we're going to start our taters. I'm going to turn our flame on medium. Put some oil. You can use bacon fat, whatever kind of oil that you like. And we're gonna stick those potatoes right in there. A little bit of salt, put it right on top. A little bit of pepper. When we turn them, that's when we're gonna add the ramps. All right, so now we're gonna turn our taters. I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit more salt, add a little bit more pepper. Now we're gonna add our ramps. And open up your windows, because I'll tell you what they stink. They are strong smelling. The cornbread's ready. Let's take her out and see what she's got. And I always take my knife and go around, and I'm gonna let it hang out here just a second in this skillet. So what I always do, some people leave it in the skillet, but I flip her over, and that's all she's wrote on that. Nice. Look at that skillet. I like it. Get them greens is going. We're looking good. I think Ellie Mae would be proud. And be prepared for the scent of ramps. If you smell what the mommy's cooking. Our potatoes are nice and golden brown. Look how pretty they are. We like ours, some of them crunchy, some of them not. All right, let's plate up. Go ahead and plate this up, do my greens first. It's my second favorite part. I'm gonna start with my cornbread for my plate, because I like my beans on top. Split down the middle, open that sucker up. Then my beans. And my taters. Don't look like a very pretty plate, but it sure is going to be good. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of In the Kitchen with Mommy, another pig hunting production. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. For the scent of ramps.